This is the voice of the Report of the Week, signing on. Hello, everyone, ladies, gentlemen, everyone listening or watching. This is VORW, the voice of the Report of the Week. A little late, but better late than never. This is VORW, the voice of the Report of the Week. It's mid-January, I guess, of 2015, of course. Not 2014 or 2013, but 2015. So, I guess we're getting into mid, if not late, January. Of course, it's January 19th of 2015. In the United States, Martin Luther King Day. A holiday. Hope you're doing alright. So, I'm recording this on Sunday the 18th, but it's going up on the 19th. So, I'm sitting here in my dark office and have the recorders going. I already got my glass of water, but there's no ice cubes in it. So, we're going to have to get that right now. So, in today's program, we got two big talking points here. Before anything else, let's get some ice cubes. There we go. And let's refill the water glass while we're at it. We were running low, so I turned on the ice maker in the freezer. So this ice is as fresh as can be. It's very fresh. Fresh. 10:28 p.m. So where were we here? So in this show, we've got two issues that I want to focus on. One is good and one is bad. Now the bad thing, though, it's focusing on a previous event, so it's nothing, unexpected or new or anything that's going to change anything. It's just reminiscing. And then the good event is actually brand new, and it's a major. Let's wait for the clock to stop making noise. I think that's it. Yep. And the good bit of news is a major update for the VORW show, and we're definitely going to talk about this one in depth a lot. All right, through this show. So now it comes down to, well, what do we want to talk about first? Do we want to, talk about the good news or the bad news? And I'm going to bring up the good news first, because I believe, and of course this is my, my little thing, my idea, what have you, that sometimes if you really talk about a bad thing and you get, all caught up into it, it might make you all depressed and all down, and then when you're ready to share the good news, it's just not the same. The impact of it is just not as, I guess, profound as it might have been, had you read it, earlier. This is what I think. 4 minutes in. So I really hope you're doing alright, though. Hope you've been well. Hope you've been doing alright this month of January. Hope you had a good New Year's, and I hope all your New Year's resolutions worked out well. I didn't have any New Year's resolutions this year. I didn't. It's just not for me. I figure, a New Year's resolution, it's just almost always do they fail. It's good to set goals for yourself and what have you. But if you have a New Year's resolution, I don't know, make it something that's attainable, something that you could get. It's one thing to say with New Year's resolution, I'm not going to eat chocolate this year, right? Yeah, I can say that. I could say, yeah, my New Year's resolution is to rule the world by 2016. Is that realistic? No. Maybe for some, not eating chocolate is realistic, but, for many who are chocolate lovers, I mean, come on, I don't know. So New Year's resolutions, they just gotta be, they gotta be realistic if it's just something you want to gradually work towards, and, otherwise, if you want to really make that the focus of one's attention, that's fine. No. You gotta be ready to commit to it, though. So that's why I didn't have a New Year's resolution, because I knew I wasn't going to commit to it. I mean, I could say something like, oh yeah, I'm going to wear more suits this year. But that's not really a resolution. It's not something I have to work towards, Just putting a jacket on the way out. It's not all that difficult. Well, I guess it depends, that extra arm movement could be something. So for the channel, January's been going. It's been going. Got a few videos up this month thus far. Got the ShopRite brand Rising Crust Pizza review. Report of the week in 2015, what to expect. Energy Crisis 116 Grenade. Newman's Own Supreme Pizza and Energy Crisis 117 Grenade. So, it's working out. Got a few videos up. More than, November, I suppose. But it's working out. It is. The ShopRite Rising Crust Pizza, that's one I'll never forget. It, let's see. That pizza, I swear, I don't know. Maybe it's just a little phobia of mine, maybe a little quirk of mine. Something, who knows? Who knows for sure, right? But those ShopRite brand pizzas, I don't know. Just something about them that kind of gets me, It just gets me. And that is how it is. So I don't know. I was just really nervous trying that pizza. I thought it was going to be absolutely disgusting. Maybe I just think that, the ShopRite brand is always, like, lower quality or something. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was an actual pizza, and it was a decent pizza, too. So, nothing, nothing I can criticize in the least about that pizza. Grenade Root Beer was alright. The Grenade Root Beer review was actually a very old one. It was part of my backlog that I forgot about, pretty much. And I had filmed it after Halloween, believe it or not, that long ago. So, that'll let you judge how old that video is. The Newman's Own Supreme Pizza was alright, that was a new review. As was the Energy Crisis review. In terms of future videos, we got a few here on the camera. Let's see what we got waiting for us. We've got reviews of, on the camera, looks like a Mountain Dew Kickstart energy drink. Sandwich from Wendy's, there's something. I don't even remember. We got a review of an energy drink that we actually, I don't even know if it's an energy drink. I got this, complimentary. It's called Route 9 Vitality Drink, with a big emphasis on ginseng. So I got a review for that in. And we also have a review for Monster Chaos. But it's actually called Juice Monster now. They did a whole rebranding and what have you. And, for a few reasons, the original video that we made back in 2011, it was, an Energy Crisis review of Chaos. Let's see, what was it? When was it filmed? It was an old one. It was one of my first reviews from back in 2011. Let's see this. Filmed back in June of 2011. It's for Monster Chaos. And it was pulled off the air by yours truly for a few reasons. So we're redoing it now. We are. But the review is filmed and it'll be up, in time, in due time. Back in 2011, boy, did I sound different, Hello everyone, this is Energy Crisis, the Energy Drink Report. That's what I sounded like back then. You can look for yourself, but that's what I sounded like. I had some voice back then, that's for sure. Oh, I did. But, my voice has changed over the years, of course, as does everyone's eventually. But, what's done is done. So we got new reviews on the way. New reviews being continuously filmed. We've got a few items to review still. We have an Route 9 energy drink to review. We have this really interesting thing over here. It comes in this big box here. It's called X Mode Energy Shots on Tap. It's in this big, box of all these instructions and what have you. And it's going to be an interesting one, that's for sure. So we got Route 9. We got X Mode Energy Shots. We've also got some special Red Velvet Hostess cupcakes to try out. Let's see what else. And in the line of frozen pizzas, we have a Tony's Supreme Pizza, Freschetta 4-cheese medley pizza, rising crust. And we also have a DiGiorno thin and crispy tomato mozzarella with pesto pizza. So we got a good amount of things to review, to try out. We do. So the Running on Empty series and the Energy Crisis series are both going to survive, at least. Assuming, with the idea that no new things would happen, right? We're definitely surviving into and through February. So, take it as it is, but that's some good news right there. Let's see what else is going on here. Speaking of pizzas, I went over to local supermarket today, picked up a few to eat. Got the DiGiorno rising crust with pepperoni, and the DiGiorno designer pizza kit with chicken this time around. And these are just to eat, mind you. DiGiorno. I got some real bad things to say about them, that's for sure. I'm kinda pissed at them. Because, I don't know, maybe that's the wrong word. I'm just disappointed. I am. Because you see, DiGiorno, right, has all these new pizzas, or all their pizzas, it says, original sauce is back. It says that front and center, very prominently and proudly on the box. It says, original sauce is back. So I thought to myself when I saw that, and you go to the supermarket, you'll see that too. So keep that in mind. All the DiGiorno pizzas that say, original sauce is back. Right? Well, I bought one. And what happens? So I try it, kind of curious, not to review it, I was just, interested in what it would taste like. I thought, well, original sauce, I don't remember that. I wonder how it tastes like. Oh, regrets. That's one way to say it, regrets. We try the original sauce. Disgusting. Now, this is my opinion. Alright, you could disagree, and I understand it, and I respect that, but it was just so disgusting. Ugh. I highly do not recommend DiGiorno's original sauce. I like their newer sauce, of the herbs and the whatever. I'm a bigger fan of that. Their original sauce just gets to me. I mean, it just tastes like crap. And that's not something I normally describe a product as. I mean, the whole pizza wasn't good. It just wasn't even the sauce, it was the whole pizza. The cheese had this plasticky texture. You know? Ugh. Just thinking about it has me grossed out. The cheese had this plasticky texture. The base of the pizza, the dough, was like, ugh. It's cardboardy. It was like, it was all dry and it was like cardboard. And no, we took the little slab of cardboard off of there. And then the sauce was disgusting. It tasted like it was out of a can, like real cheap tomato sauce, straight out of the can. And I'm not saying that it wasn't out of a can. I'm not saying that their newer sauce wasn't out of a can either, but their newer sauce at least tasted all right. This sauce was just runny and it was awful. Yeah, that's just my personal opinion, but I don't recommend their pizzas with the original sauce. The only good thing on that pizza was a rising crust one. The only good thing on it was pretty much their pepperoni. And you can just pick the pepperoni off, and there's your meal right there. So it's just a shame. There's just some street knowledge when you're going around the supermarket prowling about for your frozen pizza. Just a little something to know. Just a little something. DiGiorno's pizzas with the original sauce or something that you're not... that won't hold up as a real sufficient meal. Let's see how many minutes we've wasted. 16. It's fine. So anyways, I guess I've been long enough with the introductions, right? To where we should talk about the good news about VORW. So VORW, the voice of the Report of the Week, of course, is my online podcast. It has been for months. I think the first VORW show sorry about that. Just had to clear out the throat, of course. But we've been around for months, online. The first VORW show is, I think it was in March. That's when I believe. Let's see. Yeah, March 25th, the first VORW show was. So, we're getting there. Definitely getting close to a year. If every show, gets closer. And we have about, 100 episodes, 100 programs out for anyone to listen to their heart's content. And if you listen to VORW regularly, or if you've gone back and, I spilled some water on my soup pants here. Not much, just a few drops, but still. Alright. Distractions. Alright, so I had the show for nearly a year. And if you've listened, regularly, and even if you haven't, that's fine. But a big dream of mine, for the VORW show, right, is to have the show, or not necessarily VORW, but just to be on shortwave radio. Alright. Now I know shortwave isn't, the most popular thing in North America. But still, it is very popular around the world. Shortwave radio is, you have AM radio, right, which goes up, to, you can listen in your car, it goes up to 1700 AM. Then beyond that, though, you keep going up, is shortwave radio. It's a series of frequencies between 1700 AM and 30,000. And in different times of day, these frequencies people can broadcast on, and they'll travel very far different distances, So I could have a shortwave transmitter, say, on, 9,000, the frequency, and I could be able to transmit with ease to, Asia or Africa or, Europe, and people over there can listen. It would sound like an AM broadcast. So pretty much, governments will set up radio stations on shortwave and broadcast to the world and what have you. And shortwave radio isn't the most popular thing in the U.S. You might have a few, amateur radio operators and, the enthusiast here or there, but generally speaking, you're not going to be walking past places and, see people sitting there, listening to their shortwave radios or anything like that. But it's still popular enough in North America that there are a bunch of shortwave stations in the U.S. and around the world, considering that there's only a limited number, of radio stations on shortwave. There's over 1 billion shortwave receivers and over 200 million people listening to the limited number of stations, at any given time. So considering those numbers and considering its popularity still in other parts of the world, shortwave radio is anything but dead, even though it may seem to be very much so, in North America. And I think it's neat, you could hear broadcasts from all around the world and stuff on it, so on and so forth. But I did, a big lecture on that a while ago, so you can listen to that if you're more interested. But the news that I have is that, VORW now, the voice of the report of the week, is actually on a shortwave. We have airtime on a shortwave station out of Maine, WBCQ, The Planet, the station is called. They have a 500,000 watt transmitter out of Monticello, Maine. And they broadcast on 4 frequencies to the United States and, parts of Canada, and I think they even have a broadcast to Europe. But VORW now is on shortwave, their frequency of 5110, from 11 p.m. to midnight every Tuesday and Thursday. So we have an hour-long program every Tuesday and Thursday from 11 p.m. to midnight on 5110 kilohertz shortwave. And that should be broadcast to, let's see, should be picked up best in eastern, southern, and central United States, parts of Ontario, Quebec, Nova Scotia, and Newfoundland, Canada. It can also be heard in Europe and the Caribbean, or the Caribbean, as they say. That's 5110 kilohertz shortwave. The VORW program is broadcast, as I said, every Tuesday and Thursday from 11 p.m. to midnight on 5,110 kilohertz shortwave. Now, this VORW program is not the VORW program that you hear online. In fact, it's a very different show. Alright? Has a very heavy emphasis on music, if you will. Because on shortwave radio, you can get away with a lot, and there aren't any restrictions at all. So, you can play music and what have you, and don't have to worry about, YouTube's draconian copyright measures or anything like that. Free speech on shortwave is a very heavy emphasis, so you're fine with music. So the VORW program on shortwave has a very heavy emphasis on music, and the format of each show is something like this. Right, so the first 15 minutes of my radio program are introduction, general talk, a news bulletin. The second set of 15 minutes is music. From 30 to 35 minutes, we have station identification and contact information. From 35 to 15 minutes, some more music. And from 50 to 55 minutes, sign-off announcement, information. And from 55 minutes to the top of the hour, a final song. So, the main focus of the VORW shortwave program, if you really want to be fancy, you could call it the English service to North America, is music and variety. We play a lot of music and a lot of variation in the music. And of course, I have my preferences. My favorite type of music is, rock music and alternative and even some punk from the 90s and early 2000s. So I always play a bit of that, but I always change it up a little bit, and I'll play some newer music and some older music as well. So we always mix it up on the VORW program. We'll talk about a few things on the show. Of course, I understand, you might want to listen to it, but as I said, shortwave radio isn't popular in North America, insanely, and shortwave radios are sometimes difficult to, figure out and, operate if you've never, used one before. So, each broadcast I record, and I'll post recordings maybe on, the subreddit or something. You could listen to them. We've already had radio programs air on January 8th, 13th, and the 15th, and we'll have another one air on the 20th, of course. Oh, review, bro. Right? So you're telling me that you're actually on the radio right now. You're on air. Well, not on this specific show, but yes, I am. Alright, that's BS. I don't believe you. I simply don't. Well, that's fine. That's fine. But, I do have a few recordings here, and I'll play them on the air right now. I'll play a few. Of course, not the hour-long things, and I'm going to try not to play too much music here on the air, because otherwise the VORW show is going to get taken down from YouTube. But, just to show you what the show is like, and what have you. We'll play some of this. This is the newest show from, January 15th. And when I do post these recordings to the public eventually, there'll be 2 recordings for each show. You get the radio recording, which is, the AM quality and what have you, that I recorded off of a radio. And then there's the digital quality, which, I recorded, and that's the MP3 file. So I'll give you both, and you could listen to whichever one you prefer. But here's some of the broadcast, at least.
You're listening to your station of peace, love, and understanding. This is WBCQ, Monticello, Maine, USA. Here for you, WBCQ. This is the voice of Report of the Week, signing on. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. And everyone listening, this is VORW, the voice of Report of the Week. Broadcasting now on 5110 kilohertz, shortwave. So it's Thursday evening, the 15th of January, 2015, of course, the year being. Hope you're doing all right today. Hope your Thursday was all right. I hope your Wednesday was a fine one as well. Both days for me were pretty good. Pretty relaxing. So, no real issues there.
So it's part of the broadcast here. Now we're going to skip around a little bit.
It's been hitting the area. Seems to be winding down. But this is great news. Only 48 confirmed cases in Liberia. That is absolutely excellent news. And it seems like finally, things are starting to get on the up and up. The Paris terror attacks on the Charlie Hebdo have now been confirmed.
And then we skip around and then we start playing music. So, we play a good variety of music. We try to, at least, from all different types of, I guess, genres and eras and what have you. Yeah. So I try to do, at least. Since it's a short little recording of the VORW program, after the song ends, I'll play a little more. I'm just very paranoid about, you know, I guess the copyright measures on YouTube. I always get worried that, you know, they'll detect something with the song and they'll say, oh, report of the week, you can't play that. You know, we're going to close the channel down. And there goes all the reviews. You know? So, who knows? Right? Well, it's 10:56 in real life. So, just waiting for the song to end. It's Roll Over Beethoven by the Beatles. Yep. Killing time. Alright.
That was Ramble On by Led Zeppelin, My Own Worst Enemy by Lit, and Roll Over Beethoven by the Beatles. Second half of our show begins after the tone. This is VORW, the voice of the Report of the Week, broadcasting on 5110 kHz shortwave via WBCQ, the planet, out of Monticello, Maine, the United States of America. Send us your comments and reception reports to vorwinfo@gmail.com. That's vorwinfo@gmail.com. That's one word, vorwinfo, no spaces, @gmail.com. Send us any comments you may have about the programming, any comments about the music, the programming, the host, the show, want to request a song, want to submit a reception report, do all those things and so much more. Please send us an email at vorwinfo@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you, and reception reports are greatly appreciated. We'd love to know where you're listening to us from, how it's making it in, all that great stuff, and we'll definitely compensate you in some way, shape, or form in the way of an EQSL. So send us your reception reports, comments, questions, concerns, anything else.
And then, of course, we talk a little bit more, and then we play some more music.
Of course, is here on WBCQ.
And we talk a little bit more, and then we sign off. So that's pretty much the format of the show. Recorded straight from the radio. And that was our most recent show, VORW Show 3, on air. January the 15th of 2015. We'll get all this up to you soon. Just let me know the easiest way of being able to get this up for you. I'm thinking maybe on, like, Reddit, you know, making, like, a little Reddit post or something and linking to them there. Maybe I could put the links up in the description of the VORW program. That might also be pretty easy to do. These were all uploaded to just a very simple site at the current time, before anything else. It's called vokaru.com. Just a little, you know, kind of like a little placeholding type of thing, just to get them up there, and, you know, so they don't take up space on the computer. You've had some space issues on the computer, to be honest with you. Almost running out of room, but then I deleted some stuff and was able to get the... It's really the review videos that are taking up so much space on the computer. I mean, gigabyte after gigabyte of videos here. So we got them onto these flash drives, and now we got 60 gigabytes of space left. And that's fine for me. Totally fine. You know. I know with computers, I know space-wise nowadays, you know, like, my computer is 200 gigabytes, you know, of room. And we have 66 gigabytes left of space. I know some, you know, some computers have, you know, terabytes of information. And, you know, some of those gaming computers are crazy. But, I don't game. I don't play any sort of games anymore. The only thing that ever takes up space on these computers is you know, the review videos, really. I mean, that's like 200 megabytes, you know, per video, but other than that, I mean, I got my shortwave recordings, but, you know, that's not too much either. So really, space is not an issue, you know, on the computer. And I don't need a lot of it. But, VORW's on shortwave now. If you do have the means to listen, of course, every Tuesday and Thursday from 11 p.m. to 12 midnight Eastern Time. That's 0400 to 0500 hours UTC, or 11 p.m. until 12 midnight Eastern Time. 5110. Otherwise, the recordings will be uploaded the next day, or wherever I'll put them, but you'll be able to listen to them. I'm assuming the digital recordings will probably be most popular, but for me, and I know I'm weird, I know that, I always like to listen to the analog recordings, and I always like the way the music sounds on that, better actually. As I said, yeah, I know, I'm weird, I know, but that's just me. I always like the way music sounds on shortwave radio. I think it's neat. If you have any song suggestions, send them on over. I'll take them and I'll play them. Nothing stupid though. I mean, I'll listen beforehand, and if I think it's just someone trolling around, I won't play it, of course. Yep. So that's the news. That's what's going on, here in Report of the Week world. Big advancements on the VORW show. If you're curious as to how much it cost to get it on the air, nowhere near as much as you'd think, so it's not an issue. But you win the lottery and you think about you got a few million to throw around and you don't know what to do with it. Just remember you got the VORW show over here. No, I kid. I do. All right. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on though. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention before anything else. Then we'll read some fan mail, and then we'll call it a day or a night, I guess. 2 years ago, some bad events happened with the channel, and they had me depressed. Right after they happened, and thinking about them this year had me pretty depressed. I was thinking about 2 years ago. Exactly. My channel first went viral, and the stupid pan pizza review went viral. It was just a period of so much change in my life, over the stupid internet and the stupid, review of mine, which I had no prior knowledge would have done this to me. Regardless of how you want to play this out, no doubt, the events that happened 2 years ago, because of these, because the video went viral and all that, brought about inexorable change, to both, the channel, but also to myself and to my life and to my world. And, the events following over the years did a lot of bad things to me and destroyed parts of me, did things to me that I could never, change back and revert back, and a lot of bad things, and, had some very low moments because of that and because of the events that happened 2 years ago, all because of a stupid viral video. And, thinking about that and thinking what happened over the years just had me pretty depressed the other day. But then I was able to put a positive spin on it all, which I wasn't able to do last year at the same time. This year I was able to look at it. I was able to see, where things are today and what's going on and with the channel and also in my life. And I was able to think, I thought, regardless of these events that happened 2 years ago in 2013, and regardless of how they changed me, good or bad, if that didn't happen, I would not be the person who I am today. I would be completely and totally different. And my life would be completely and totally different. And I thought about, all the good things that I have in life right now. And, I thought about all that. And I thought, if these events didn't happen 2 years ago, maybe it just seems stupid. You tell me this stupid online video changed everything. Yes, it did. And that shows the prominent role of YouTube and the internet in today's world. But maybe we'll talk about that another day. But I just thought about all the good things that have happened and, how they probably never would have happened if, this video never, did what it did. And I was able to put a positive twist on it, and I was able to think about that. And I was able to think of the good that came out of it. And that cheered me up, and that made me a bit happier. But that's good. So, let's check out the fan mail, shall we? 41 minutes into the show. This is VORW, the voice of the report of the week. Alright, let's, my mouth is dry. Let's get another sip of water here. Alright, let's see what's going on. Hey, man. Anyway, could I meet you? Could you do a meet and greet with your fans? Not at the present. Maybe one day. Hey there, Report of the Week. You seem so much better in your last couple of videos. Seem happier. I hope that's true. Me and my friend love you so much. Please have a good year. Thank you. By the way, your haircut looks good on you. Thank you. Thank you for your words. And this person writes, I love your videos, exclamation point, exclamation point. Well, thank you. If, no, that wouldn't work. I have a real dry mouth tonight. I'm gonna switch. From water to Monster Absolute Zero. Should do the trick. Greetings, Review Bra. I've been a dedicated listener for over 2 years now, but have never tried to communicate with you. However, a few nights ago I had a very vivid dream with you at the center of it. Since then I have been unable to stop thinking of you. And every new video you put out gives me an odd, surreal feeling when I watch it. So I had to reach out to you. The dream involved my twin, my grandfather, and myself driving around the state of Florida. We happened upon signs along the road that read, "Come see the real report of the week," and VORW next left. We turned onto a dirt road and stopped at a large metal gate. You came out of your wooden shack wearing a black suit, white shirt, and red tie. Why a wooden shack? Maybe I associate radio broadcasting with rundown shacks out in the woods for some odd reason, like a conspiracy theorist hiding from the government while he attempts to reach out to anyone willing to listen. Somehow you ended up completely bare-chested. I don't remember why. And I complimented you on your muscles. I mentioned that you had a decent mass but a small frame, so you were well-built and stronger than you looked. You seemed to accept the compliment, and the dream ended. Since then I felt that there was a deeper connection between you and I. I shouldn't be laughing at this. And I needed to share this with you because you could acknowledge my feels. You've mentioned that you would prefer to never meet your fans because you feel like you would only disappoint our expectations. I understand where you're coming from and would be satisfied with simple acknowledgement from you. Can you please give my brother and I a shout-out so three of us can indulge in a shared feel. Please say. No, mate, I'll say this, but, if it means something vulgar, maybe in some sort of, well, I'll say it as it is, but, if it means something vulgar, I apologize. If it has some sort of, underlined meaning. Could you please say, right, I'll say it, Maki Toto, blowout. Make both our days and probably the following week as well. Look forward to your videos, and I wish you the best of health in the year 2015. Thank you for your message, sir. It's a very interesting dream, my friend. And I apologize, I just thought the whole thing was kinda funny. Hey, review, bro. Wanted to start off by saying I hope you're having a good day. I haven't written in a while. Began writing, and even before your health decline began to affect your video output. I'm glad you're feeling better. I was a little worried when I didn't see any new videos in my inbox. Began to think that you shut down your channel. I was wondering if they had Home Run Inn brand pizza in New York. It's a brand we have in Chicago, and the sausage Home Run Inn pizza is a personal favorite of mine. If you can get your hands on one, I highly recommend it. Also, a while back, fellow subscribers and myself suggested a series consisting of you reviewing different sodas, Arizona tea, etc. And you said you needed a creative name. What do you think of the Beverage Breakdown? Where you would review and break down flavors of the drink and the experience that comes from it. Sort of what you do now. Just a thought, and I'd be flattered if you ended up using it, but no worries. Keep up the absolutely great work. Sincerely, Alec. It's actually a really good suggestion with the name. I actually took the name and I consulted it with others, and definitely considering, using that name. Home Run Inn Pizza. I was actually going to say pizza. I don't know if we have. I'm being honest. I got to take a look for you. But I can't confirm that we have anything of that sort. We'll look for you, though, and we'll keep you updated, but right now I can't confirm or deny anything. You're inspiring, man, and genuinely keep up the good work. Thank you, sir. Just want to say I love your stuff. Keep up. Keep doing what you love. Why, thank you. Just watched your What to Expect video. I'm really glad to hear you, or the channel isn't going anywhere. Keep on keeping on. Well, thank you. We have some pretty good things planned for 2015. Going to be similar to 2014, but definitely going to upload regularly. Maybe not as crazy as we used to, but, still going to be going. So you don't have to worry about any of that. This person writes, sorry to hear about your depression. I've been through it for the past 2.5 years, and I know how hard it can be. I recently started writing an e-book dealing with depression, so maybe you can take a look when I'm finished. Free of charge, of course. Well, thank you. Yeah, depression is a very difficult thing, and then sometimes there's things that can trigger it, and, like I was thinking of that whole thing with the channel and what have you, and I don't know. That got me down again, but I was able to think of the positive things that came from it, so I was able to get me back up. But it's difficult. It just doesn't go away. And then when it does hit, you can do very little about it. Just got 1, 2, 3. Got 5 more to go. 49 minutes, we're good. Hey, what's your name? It's my birthday, and I'm with my friend watching your reviews. First pan pizza, then of course the classic 4 cheese pizza. LOL, JK, the other Domino's one. Pepperoni, of course. Even though we're both vegetarians, we still enjoyed these. And then the Black Cherry Mountain Dew energy drink review. We're wondering your star sign. Mine is Capricorn because my birthday is, like I said, today. Thank you so much for your work. My name is John. My sign, my meteorological sign is I don't remember. I don't remember the dates of all these. I'm either a Cancerian, I guess they're called, or a Gemini. One of those. Hello there. I've only been a fan for a few months, but I love your videos. I have no idea why. The only energy drinks I drink are the cheap dollar ones from the local corner shop. Please keep up the great videos, and especially my personal favorite, the VORW shows. And that I will. 3 more to read, and then that's it. 11:17 p.m. Alright, so let's see what other messages lie in wait, right, for us to read. Hello. I've seen your latest upload of the energy drink review, and I, say that suite. Oh, suit. It was spelled S-U-I-T-E, like, a hotel suite, but I think it's suit. Looks rely good on you. I can tell you know your stuff about suites, cause it's tailored, rely well on you. I like the more old world charm of that suite, and love that you used a pocket watch. I like how you do reviews, and that you wear a suite for all of them. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you. Thank you for your words, and typos are fine. I make them often. Even with spell check and what have you, it gets through sometimes. Thank you, though. Glad you like it, and I'm glad you like the pocket watch. I love your reviews. When are you going to review some Hot Pockets? I like them because they're easy to cook after a long day at work. Keep up the good work. Yeah, the Hot Pockets, there's something alright. Something I could review. I mean, those things, I got my name all over them. I mean, literally, everywhere on them is my name. Yeah, that is something I could see myself reviewing any day now. It's got running on empty all over it. Hi, I am Kyle, and I'm a recent fan of your reviews. If you could, as a favor to myself and my chat friends, use the phrase, has a lot of spank to it, in an energy drink review. This would be most excellent. Thank you and much love from Kyle. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I just don't know if it has any sort of subliminal meaning to it. Has a lot of spank to it. That could be, interpreted by some, as something, and by others as something else, and, what have you. But, we'll see. If I remember, maybe I'll do it. Anything else on the social media roundup here? Reddit is going. OC, I guess that means original content. Every running on empty review into one image. Twitter, you got, some degenerates doing what they do best. All sorts of other sites, but, nothing big. Things are quiet, and that's what I like. That's what I'm happy with, Well, I guess that's what's going on. That's what's going on in the world. That's what's going on in my world. Report of the week world, right? Anyway, guess that's it. Guess that concludes this VORW program. We're out of fan mail. We got nothing to do. I'm sitting here, so let's see how much time we spent. Yeah, no, we're good with time. That's an adequate show. Just saying what's going on, a few announcements and whatnot. So, folks, thank you for listening. This is VORW, the voice of the Report of the Week. Have any comments, questions, concerns, just want to talk? Send us a message and we will read it and respond to it at the beginning of each and every VORW show. Thanks for listening, and we will see you later. And I hope you have a beautiful day and week and month and year and what have you. You know what I'm getting at. Thank you all, and we'll see you later. Take care.